was a cool, beautiful day on the island of Sodor. Sir Topham Hatt had brought in 3 new engines from the mainland to help on Sodor. They were very enterprising indeed. As Thomas met them, they were very unique and very intriguing. Spencer, who was in the sidings resting, saw these engines. "You 3 don't stand a chance," he said. The engines were very intrigued. Axel, who Thomas knew, was very intrigued with Spencer. Garrett was another new one as well. But then, there was another engine. His name was Vulcan. He was very proud and prominent. Trevor the traction engine was very impressed with the engines. "Oh, I say, you 3. I've never seen you lot before. Pleasure to meet you all." And Trevor rolled away to help with the orchard. The engines were chatting amongst themselves. "I am the most prominent engine and the most uniquely built design," said Vulcan. "I'm made of 3, said Will, the lead part of the engine. "Oh, but I am very popular," said Axel. "Yeah, you are," said Will. "Very popular." "I am pulling a very important passenger train here. Now please, don't you bother listening to me." "No, don't be silly. No." The engines kept bickering and arguing. The other 3 components, Corey and Will, decided to stay out of this, as Will decided to back down. "Let's race to the end of the line," said Vulcan. The next mission. Axel was more determined than ever as he pulled his passenger train the rest of the way. As the Garrett engine pulled the goods train while the Vulcan was pulling passengers. Thomas was left unbeknownst, but then he heard a crash. The Garrett crashed at the set of points that were set against them by the lazy signalman. "Oh, this is fun!" "You really think so?" Will was derailed and needed help. He was in a mess as the breakdown train was called in. Meanwhile, Axel was making up for good lost time. The passengers cheered and celebrated. He was miles ahead of Vulcan, who was taking his time. Axel's driver and fireman were really concerned. They didn't check their leaky water tank, as it was needed for maintenance. "You're running low on water," said the fireman. "We'll need to stop soon." "Don't be silly. I'll be just as fine as ever." Axel was being very conceited and very carried away. The passengers didn't even take notice. They were just enjoying the ride. But then Axel started slowing down. He stopped just outside of Crosby, at the cow field where James had his famous accident. Axel was embarrassed. His crew were furious with their engine. "I told you should have gotten your water tank checked before we came here." The passengers were very cross, and they started to complain. They filed a lot of complaints to the Bat Controller and Sir Topham Hatt, who were in their offices. At that moment, Vulcan appeared out of nowhere. He saw everything and started to laugh. "Goodbye, Axel. I guess I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now." And Vulcan made his way with his very prominent passenger train. Vulcan was making up for lost time as well. He was delayed by a signal. The passengers inside were very happy for their engine as he made his way towards Crosby. Vulcan then pulled up to the station, but then it happened. He overran the platform. Vulcan felt embarrassed as he reversed back to the platform. The passengers didn't complain. They knew he was a very unique engine, very experimental at that. Probably made his way towards the platform where Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for him. "Well done, Vulcan. I'm very proud of you. You did very well with the passengers today. As for Axel and, the Garrett engine, I will be having a word with them about their behavior. Seems they're being a little cocky today." Well done, my friend. Percy and Peter, who were in the sidings, saw everything and congratulated Vulcan. Hey, Vulcan, great job, heard everything. You're a very enterprising engine, my friend, and great work on carrying those passengers here the rest of the way. You did very well, mate. Same here. Do not worry. Thank you very much. Vulcan said no more after that. Meanwhile at Tidmouth, Gordon and Flying Scotsman were talking about their discoveries. I saw him, he is here, and... But then he was interrupted. An engine same shape as Gordon passed by. Both Flying Scotsman and Gordon were shocked, as he was pulling the express, no less. Who was that? An old friend of mine, Scotty. He'll be helping out on Sodor for a little while. Flying Scotsman was bemused. Happy birthday, you! But it wasn't to Gordon. It was to someone very well known who was staring at him in the distance. Someone who also came to Sodor to help. But that is a story for another day.